Story number 1.
Listen up, folks, because I'm about to tell you a story that'll have you shook. My sister's been hitched to this creep for over 10 years now, and I've always had a gut feeling that he's bad news. Let me tell you, my instincts were right on the money. This guy's a real piece of work, and I've always felt super uneasy around him. The thing is, he's not just some harmless weirdo. He's made sexual comments to me in the past, even when my sis was at work and I had a newborn to take care of. He straight up told me that if he hadn't bagged my sister, he would have gone after me. Gross, right? I've never felt comfortable being alone with him, but even when other people were around, he always managed to make my skin crawl. I remember one time when I was a kid, he tried to make a move on me. I ran out of there as fast as I could, and while I don't think anything else happened, I still get creeped out thinking about it. I didn't say anything at the time because I didn't want to cause trouble, and I was scared that people wouldn't believe me. Plus, I didn't want to mess up my sister's life. Now, fast forward to the present day. My sis and this creep have been on the rocks for a while, always fighting and almost splitting up. But this time, I thought it was finally the end. We were on a road trip with my sister's kids and our dad when we saw him pull into a hotel with my sister's best friend. Can you believe it? We were literally across the street when it happened. My sis confronted them, and we were all in shock. I spent the whole day with her, trying to be supportive and convince her that it was time to kick this guy to the curb. But the next day, they were out and about like nothing had happened. He even had the nerve to ask me why I took a picture of his car at the hotel. At first, he seemed sorry, but then he started acting all high and mighty, refusing to apologize anymore and refusing to give my sister space. The worst part? My sis's best friend and her husband knew that our family has a history of cheating and affairs. It's like they wanted to hurt us on purpose. My sis is scared, and I get it. She's financially dependent on this creep, and there's some fake evidence that could be used against her in a custody battle. But I've been telling her to lawyer up, go to therapy, and start building a case against him. Here's the thing, though. I've been holding on to my own experiences with this guy for over a decade, and I'm not sure if I can keep quiet anymore. I'm debating whether or not to tell my sis about what he did to me when I was a kid. It's like all those uncomfortable feelings are coming back, and I can't just ignore them. I know that he's a predator, and I don't want my sister to be his next victim. But I'm scared, you know? Scared that my sister will blame me or write it off like it's no big deal. Scared that it'll ruin our relationship. But I can't just sit around and watch this guy hurt my sister and who knows who else. It's time to speak up, no matter what the consequences might be.
Story number 2.
Listen up, things are about to get real dramatic. I knew deep down that everything had to come to an end eventually. I'm a guy, 26, who's been with his girl, 26, for a solid 10 years. But here's the thing. I cheated on her with my bestie, 29F. It all started as a simple friendship, but it spiraled out of control real fast. We emotionally cheated on each other for a year, and then things got physical. We made out multiple times while we were drunk, and now my girl knows something's up. She's understandably furious, and she wants me to cut ties with my friend. The thing is, she doesn't even know the half of it yet. My bestie just got out of a messy breakup, and I'm the only one who's been there for them. I can't just leave them hanging when they're feeling so lost and alone. So now I'm faced with a tough choice. Do I come clean to my girl and admit that I'm in love with my bestie? Or do I cut ties with my friend and try to salvage my relationship? Either way, someone's going to end up heartbroken, and it's going to be a hot mess. And let's not forget that both of these people are part of my social circle, so it's going to be hella awkward no matter what. Honestly, I'm starting to think that maybe it's best to just end it all. I know it sounds weak, but maybe it's for the best. At least that way, I won't have to hurt anyone else. I'm not sure what I'm expecting by posting all of this, but I could use some advice. Should I come clean to my girl? Should I ditch my bestie? Help me out here, folks.
Story number 3.
I've been with my fiancé for over 5 years, and we got engaged earlier this year, but things ain't been all sunshine and rainbows. We had an open relationship, but he went away for a month for work and wanted to hook up with someone. I wasn't really down with it, but he twisted my arm until I agreed. We set some boundaries, but he broke them all and lied to me about it. That's straight up cheating in my book. I told him to cut ties with this dude, but he refused, saying they were just friends and I couldn't control who he talked to. So we decided to close the relationship and see a therapist. But as we started talking to the therapist, we realized there were deeper issues at play. My man was unhappy with certain parts of our relationship, and that's why he did what he did. I've been busting my butt to be a better partner, but he's been talking to this guy the whole time, even after agreeing to stop while we were in therapy. We had a session with the therapist yesterday, and when I told her I made him cut contact, she said that was a red flag. Can you believe it? To me, it was a no-brainer. If he cheated on me, he needed to cut ties with that person if we were going to make things work. But now, I'm getting all the blame for not being a good partner and causing him to cheat, while he's getting all the support.
Story number 4.
We were together for a year and a half, and I thought everything was going great. We had common interests, we supported each other's goals, and we even got along with each other's families. But then, everything went downhill real fast. We were out with some friends having a few drinks, when one of our mutual friends asked about our future plans. That's when my girl blew up, man. She started saying all kinds of nasty things about me, like how I don't support her, and how I'm not proud of her accomplishments. It caught me totally off guard, and I was just like, "What the hell, babe?" I tried to calm her down and suggested that we go somewhere else to talk, but she just stormed off. I had no idea where she went or what she was up to. The next morning, she hits me with the bombshell that she cheated on me with a friend. That was it for me, bro. I broke up with her on the spot. I ain't got time for that kind of nonsense. But here's the thing. Now our mutual friends are acting shady as hell. At first, they were supportive of me and the situation, but now they're acting like ghosts. And to top it off, I see them hanging out with her on social media. It's like a punch to the gut, man. I feel like such an outcast, even though I know I didn't do anything wrong. So my question is, has anyone been in this kind of situation before? And how did you choose your side? Should I just cut ties with these friends too?
Story number 5.
Me and my long-term lady, she's 26 too, by the way, were out with our friends the other night and things got wild. She was drinking like a fish and disappeared for a while to get some grub. But when she came back, she was super pissed at me for no freaking reason. Fast forward to a week later and she hits me with this crazy-ass idea but won't spill the beans. Finally, she admits that she wants to give me a present, but something in my gut just ain't right. So one night, I sneak a peek at her phone. I know, shady as hell. And what do I find? She's been texting some girl who I think works nearby, and she's telling her how hot she is, and how she wants to hook up and get to know her better. I'm so confused, y'all. I love this girl, but this is some major betrayal, right? I mean, she never mentioned being into chicks before this. How do I even bring this up? Do I confront her? Is there any way to forgive her for this mess? I'm just feeling so hurt and lost right now.